Give it a shot. Hey, look who it is. Alright, so I do have to gush about the developers of this game a little bit. They're really good. You know, they're very attentive. They answer questions and really try and help out the players, which is not a type of customer support that I've ever received from a video gaming company, you know, or a developer. So I have to say I'm very impressed with their attention to detail and their, you know, their just general way of going about their business. I think they are doing a really good job, and I wanted to personally thank them for the assistance. You know, they never really had to go out of their way to answer any type of questions, and they didn't have to respond in, you know, a very quick manner, and that's something that, you know, they should definitely be rewarded for. You know, they do a good job.
I hope you'll excuse my unexpected visit, but there is one matter still unresolved. I believe it may be of some importance to His Majesty. It concerns his friend, Merlin. The path to his tomb revealed itself to me only recently. I went to see for myself, but the wordness there is twisted. Its pulse erratic. Not lifeblood, but pus, slowly seeping from an open wound. I have never felt it like that before. The great Merlin was meant to be resting in peace, yet I'm no longer sure he is resting at all. I don't know what he is. According to the tales, he fell during the siege of Tuathan. Yet until now, no one even knew what became of his body, or where he was buried. Merlin was His Majesty's closest friend, but his final fate seems strangely obscured. Yes, it will not open for me, only for His Majesty. Only for you. If Merlin's soul is not at rest, if something has happened to it, I shudder to think what it could mean for Avalon. I probably shouldn't be asking you for this. I have no idea what horrors might await you inside. Yet I ask you nonetheless. But only when you're sure you're strong enough to face them. Thank you, fellow geographer. May our paths always remain clear.
The way she spoke about it makes me sound like it's a bit, maybe I should make some more of that. What is the, I think it's alchemy to make that. Okay, we made a whole bunch. We got all sorts of little fires, huh? How cool is that? Ow. Come here, you little bitch. Ow. Hey, what is this? Oh, you froze me, huh? We got him, boys. How exciting.
Arthur, at last we stand before one another. It has been a long while, my old friend. Tell me, are you prepared to behold your life as I have seen it? Are you ready to face the weight of choices you never made, and the paths you allowed to wither?
It looks like we have all four. There must be a way to unlock this. Not exactly sure what this one is. Does it give me a prompt? No. I don't want to go into it unless it gives me a prompt. So we'll start with this one. Ooh.
You could have had everything, Arthur. You could have been everything. It was within your grasp. But you were too weak. Too
Take shield of
uncertain to
reflection.
claim true greatness.
Do I actually have to reflect these? Ow. Okay. It does look like I have to reflect them. Okay, it's a little slow. Ow! This storm golem's a beast. Boom. What is this? Looks like Arthur.
You never understood that by turning away from becoming a
Merlin?
Four-Dweller, you betrayed all who placed their hope in you. Hope for peace, for order, for strength, for the taming of the weirdness, for Avalon to become a true home at last. Had you heeded me, the Four-Dwellers would have vanished from this world, and the pure potential of the weirdness would have belonged to us alone. You would have stood as the rightful sovereign of this land. What a waste.
Whoa.
War demands sacrifice, and sacrifice must be seen through.
Ah. The fire golem, huh? Holy. One second. Oof.
Had you allowed me to finish what I began, Sul and Caradoc would not have suffered in vain. I did all that could be done to secure your victory. All that was required of you was to claim it. And even that you failed to do. You proved yourself weak, unworthy. No one should ever have placed their faith in you. And now you cling to yet another innocent soul. Tell me, Arthur, what will remain of her when your journey is done? You are the true poison of this land.
So far, like, the DLC is intense, dude. Let's see. Sir Bartolak, Sir Galahad, Sir Gawain, Battle Mage. Where'd I put Serras? Did I bank him somehow? Oh, there's Serras. Maybe we'll use Serras instead. Hola, Serras. We want to do this one first. Ooh. You ready, Serras? Let's go, man.
How many of our men had to die on the battlefield before you finally opened your eyes and did what was necessary?
Rhyme go. Get him, brother! It's a rhyme theme. Holy. I'm almost there. Holy. Get him, Serras. Get him. Oh yeah, brother, we got him.
Do you remember how long it took to decide to imprison the giant's children? You kept refusing to use them as leverage, even though it was clear from the start that it was the only path to victory. What did the lives of a handful of children matter when the survival of all mankind hung in the balance? Tell me, Arthur, are you satisfied with what Avalon has become? Look upon it carefully. This is all you're doing.
So we had the first one, which was weirdness. The second one was poison. Third one was ice. And then the fourth one looks like fire. Ooh. Let's go, Serras. You ready? Oh, Lee. Flame gobblers, huh? I can already tell how this is gonna go. Keep. Ooh, I shattered him. Wow. I thought it was gonna fall to pieces.
You could have
like the other
stalled
ones
its
did.
return. You could have held fast to the path once chosen and become what I intended you to be. Had you allowed me to complete your transformation, you would stand as lord over them all. The Pale Lady's grief would have been soothed, the wound between worlds sealed, and the Red Death would never have stirred again. Tell me, Arthur, how does it feel to see centuries of suffering that never had to be? All of it could have been spared had you not faltered.
Alright, look, the lanterns.
Arthur, all has been said. Are you prepared now to stand in judgment?
Oh, great.
Step forward, coward.
Oops. Ow. Sir Rhyme does. You done now, brother? Do I need to hit these? No. Oh. Hold on, Sir Rhyme, I'm on my way. Oh no! Hello? Tainted Merlin. Execute.
You are not.
Is that it? The lightning pillar exploded. Hey, look. Loot. Tainted great axe, tainted staff, tainted bow, tainted shield, tainted wand, a mage spell, and the mage gear. Let's take a look, shall we? Shall we? Tainted cloak of the archmage. Increases the damage dealt by one element by 20% after killing an enemy. After killing an enemy, switches to the next element. Spells deal 10% more damage for each active buff and debuff. Swollen Prism. Shoots a heavy elemental projectile. Tainted Axe of the Four Afflictions. Light attacks prolong active elemental statuses. Heavy attacks consume all applied elemental statuses, dealing proportional damage. Wow. Attacks with additional 50 damage, scaling with spell power. Attacks deal additional 50 damage. Blocking increases mana shield by 50%. Successful parry restores 10% of mana. Hits with this bow connect enemies with a magical thread. Hitting one of these with this bow deals 50% damage to other connected enemies. Interesting. Tainted Shield of Prophecy. Blocking chills, poisons, and burns the attacker. By just blocking? Crazy. Tainted Wand of Barrage. A successful parry increases spell power by 100% for the next damage dealt. Breaches increases spell power by 10%. Each elemental status applied to enemies within 20 meters increases mana regeneration. Increases summon limit by 1. Increases physical damage of your summons by 25%. Increases spell power. I bet that's a gnarly looking head. Tainted Boots of the Archmage increases dash and invincibility window by 10% when your mana is below 50%. Increases the spell power by 50% of your mana shield. Wow! What is that? The Great Axe is actually pretty nice too. The bow is interesting. Really good mage set, actually. How neat, huh, Serras? I like how summons make them glow. Its head is still wiggling. It's a really cool monster design, honestly. Looks a bit like Merlin. I will bank this. I might have to go sell some stuff too. The Archmage stuff is actually quite good. I don't know if I want to use this axe right away. What is this?
Well. Aren't you something? Josephus was right. The Child of the Surface actually exists. What a surprise. And that Carnix thing, that was your doing, wasn't it? I thought so. Now I wonder if you'll manage to bring the other organists. But enough about you. I'm Merrick. If you're willing, we can strike a bargain. Oh yes, I knew him well. Long ago, at the very beginning, he would visit the chapter house from time to time. He seemed like a sweet boy, a bit shy. Always absorbed in browsing my wares. That cave of his. He truly tried to carve a place for himself there. But I think he carried a great deal of grief inside him. A longing for things that could never be. I never thought it would drive him to such madness. Joseph has told me the story of the founding of this place 100 times over. And each time, he's just as drunk on his own words. The chapter house this, the chapter house that. From that whole ramble, I remember only this much. He built it together with the other three. Lear, Urkel, and Abs. Back when they still felt anything nice for one another. Now Lear sleeps, and the organists are divided. Problem is hardly the right word. Problems are for friends or lovers. Something drove the organists apart. That much is certain. No one dared to ask what. I never fully believed all those stories about the Child of the Surface. Why would anyone ever come down here from up there? And Josephus tends to tangle facts. Sometimes he speaks about two unrelated things, as if they were somehow connected. I think it's something with his head. Not enough air in there, perhaps. Or maybe that is when he truly is himself. But it happens to everyone, doesn't it? Abs and Urkel. Those two are not quite the charmers Josephus is. One adores violence, the other hoards words. Knowledge. What's the use of it when we're trapped in a place like this anyway? Papa would like us to have us near him, no doubt. And still, we're left to curl up here, beneath the roots. He's a feisty one. He has to be to perform his duties. He tends to our Lord's children, raises them, tames them, and tries not to be eaten in the process. The children are always hungry, you know. Be careful when entering his domain, the ulcerate. You might end up as a meal yourself. He isn't human anymore. I doubt he ever truly was. His mind is entirely devoted to the will of the Lord and his knowledge. Try not to disturb him while he's working. And for the love of the sea, never, ever bring disorder into his dominion. It could harm Serras as we know it. Lord of the seas, terror of the deep. He bears many names, for he is manifold and unfathomable. Like the sea itself, the sea is his domain, and we are his faithful, his children. Some believe we should find a way to let the sea into Serras, to become one with the rest of our father's house, the infinite waters. I'm sure you'll find something pretty for yourself.
Critical hits have 33% instead? What do you mean? The art of underwater archery. Breaker's Edge. Carl! Creatures of Serras do 5% less damage. Wow. The Golden Shovel! Gotta buy that, of course. We are broke now. How much did that cost me? A lot. It cost me a lot. I'll buy this too.
Leaving already? I'll miss you, sweetie.
Quite possibly my favorite NPC so far. The art of underwater archery. Captain Lear has granted us knowledge. Knowledge of offensive and defensive methods used upon the surface. And my task as his trusted adjutant is to adapt that knowledge to the needs of Serras and the conditions that prevail here. Let us take arrows and archery in general. As an example, for obvious reasons, arrows behave differently underwater than they do on the surface. And the materials from which they are made must be drawn from local sources. This way, we have managed to strike the perfect balance between functionality and the aesthetic beauty of the arrows we craft. Arrows made from local materials have another advantage. They blend seamlessly with their surroundings. Thanks to this, no foe will notice the approaching fatal strike until it is far too late. Glory to Captain Lear and his crew for the knowledge they bestow upon us. We have a new shovel, boys. A new shovel. I'm gonna go bank the other one. Where is my shovel? Oh, there it is. Okay. What's up?
Welcome to the Chapter House.
Wow.
It was his doomed song that gave birth to all of this. Serras, once a ship that braved the boundless seas, now a sanctuary on the ocean floor. Lear was a true captain. He would not forsake Serras, even as it sank to its end. Nor did he abandon us, his most loyal crew. He became our heresiarch and the first saint.
Does this crown look golden to you guys now? Like, I wonder why that happened. Because it looked silver to me before, but maybe it's just like this area and the yellow lights that make it look gold. I don't know.
Think. What did our dear Nimue tell me? It was of great pain and long, tiring waiting. It was also something about the need to let go of old hopes and the need to move on, but I do not remember her exact words. We did not speak directly. Nimue's will was passed to me through the twins. Only Lear could talk to Nimue face to face. Only Lear. Yes, Serras is bound to its sound. Its tremble can awaken the sanctuary. In the old days, the Carnic served Captain Lear and his lieutenants to announce that it was time to set out on the next voyage. The organ, on the other hand, were the muscles that bore it across the water. Lear played the melody according to the length of the journey and the peril of the seas he sailed. In this art, he was without equal. Yes, thank you. It's kind of you to ask. My memories come and go like the tide. Too much knowledge does not serve me well. Sometimes I remember everything at once. Vast torrents of understanding pour over me as if I were standing beneath a waterfall. And the next day, I may barely recall who I am. Memories and knowledge are taking my breath. Now it is bearable. Before you brought the Carnics, I felt uneasy in my own mind. I haven't seen that old fellow in a long time, to be honest. I've no idea what he's up to now. But back in the day, when we both served as Serras' crewmen, he was always uptight and followed orders to the letter. Off duty, he was always writing something or buried in books, gathering knowledge. It's no surprise the Lord of the Seas chose him to be the caretaker of the archive. He was the only one who truly seemed destined for the job, and actually enjoyed it. Ah, that one was a real sea dog. He was a pirate until Captain Lear claimed him for service aboard his ship. He cared most for the crew, even if it meant barking orders or taking up the whip when needed. It's only fitting he ended up looking after the Lord's children. Don't let his cold demeanor fool you. He's got the most fiery and caring heart of us all. Bring happy tidings, Topland.
Tainted Cloak of the Archmage. It looks pretty sick. Very cool looking, doesn't it? It's just like the wrong colors to match. Sort of. Wonder why it's got 3 circles instead of 4, because it's got all 4 elements, but maybe it's got something to do with that symbol. I am also tempted. I think I like this one the most still, with this outfit. Maybe we'll We'll swap it later. I still need a few more stats before I can put together a mage build. Can I put a fireplace down? I can. Ooh! Look who wants to chat.
Merlin, Merlin. What is there to speak of? He said all that needed to be said, did he not? Merlin wished to end the war as quickly as possible. The price of such a victory did not matter to him, and I chastised him for it. Yet he was right. So many pointless deaths could have been avoided if only my resolve hadn't wavered so much. Was he? And yet he spoke as if he knew me. Knew all my failures. All my darkest thoughts. The ones I used to confide in him at my lowest. He spoke the truth. My indecisiveness crippled me, and in turn it crippled Avalon. No, that was truly Merlin. Or at least the part of him I let down the most.
I don't agree. You know, when you think about that, it's demons that act that way. You know, like real demons. Because they know things about you that nobody else knows, right? And then they twist your like shortcomings and your failures against you to make themselves seem superior. You know, that's like demonic possession. That's what Merlin was. He's a demon. You know? So like you can't say that he was right. Not with the way he acted. He had no principles. You know, the ends don't justify the means. And everyone makes mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. Merlin decided he wanted to blame you for making mistakes. You know, that's not right. Merlin made his own mistakes too. He that is without sin cast the first stone, right? Merlin doesn't have the right to judge you. And that's what I see a lot of in this game, is that everyone is just judging Arthur. But if put in the same position, they wouldn't have done any better.
I know. Now I remember it all. It was what we both wanted. What the experiments were for. Seawall. Caradoc. Their sacrifice now feels even more pointless. Reaching immortality was a dead end we simply abandoned. I told myself that by following Merlin's new plan, by transforming myself into a Four-Dweller, I would be honoring their sacrifice, honoring them. Yet in the end, I just couldn't do it. I rejected the full transformation, and by doing that, I rejected a better future for Avalon.
Yeah, deciding not to reject your humanity is probably what kept you as a good leader. Because if you had become a Foredweller, you would have lost your humanity. You'd basically become a demon yourself. And that's what Merlin wanted. He wanted you to make the same mistake he did, so that he would feel better about himself. Bring yourself down to the same level as them. That's not being a leader. That's just being a follower, making the same mistakes as someone else. You can't be a leader. You can't change things by following the same path as someone else.
And what good is my humanity on Avalon? The war with the Foredwellers only brought out the worst aspects of it in me. Cruelty, arrogance, pride, cowardice. I could have ended it much sooner had I been brave enough and humble enough to discard it. I cannot, but we'll never know, will we? It could not have been worse than what is happening now. Avalon is trapped in the same decay I am. It is tearing itself apart. Whatever the results of my transformation might have been, at least the island would have been stable, safer than it is now. It was a hollow victory, marked by rivers of spilled blood and a mountain of corpses. This land is forever tainted by death because I let my weaknesses rule me. I hesitated to use the giants, I spared the Foredwellers. And now, instead of flourishing, all of Avalon is paying the price for my indecisiveness. Is that where you think we are heading? Towards a chance for absolution? I do not know if I deserve it, and yet I'm afraid of squandering it, of paying too high a price. I need to think. Let us move on. Time to end this farce.
Isn't that a cool little fire pit? Wow. I like that it's different down here. Have I spoken to you yet? I guess so. Is this an organ? Ooh, it's an organ. How neat. I kind of feel like Davy Jones when he played his organ. What do you guys think? Take a look at the quest, hey? Which way are we going? Left or right? Left or right? Left or right? I don't know which way goes which, but let's start with this one and see how it goes, shall we? Wow. I think I've been here before. That's fine though. Whoa, wow. Blasting in a bottle. Blackwater gauntlets and sabatons. Let's see. Increases physical damage by 5% of your max health. Okay, if my max health is 26, it gives me 13 or so. 13 or so extra physical damage. Dashing into enemies has a 33% chance to stun them. I'm gonna run up here. Look at this. Boom. An origin potion. Potione. Bulb tissue. good job of hitting all these spots, huh? What's in here? This. Okay, this is where I put the Cornix or whatever it is. Makes sense. I can run up there. Sure, not as big as I originally thought it was. I wonder if I'm gonna get a golden pickaxe. Incense cave. I wonder if there's any point to go in here. Magdalene, I almost killed
dear.
you.
Oh dear, oh dear. A faithful. A live one at that. Not scaly, not fin-bled or reef-bound. Oh, you don't have an ugly mug like one of the scions of the depths. Truth be told, you're quite pretty, aren't you? Damn. I mean, welcome to the First Church of the wonderful Congregation of the Saving World of the Prophet Above the Roots. I'm so glad to have you here, First of the Faithful. I'm Magdalene. Oh dear, you're so sweet. Well, if I'd known you were coming today, I'd have tidied up a little. The altar's a bit dusty and my things are all lying around. Oh, this is so embarrassing. I'm sorry, Faithful. I swear it doesn't always look like this. It's just no one's been here for quite a while. Well, truth be told, there was no one here apart from Boz. Ever. Oh, right, Boz. Do you know her? Well, she lives in the nearby village, Tumbo. You two should get along. Boz is great. Yup, she's my friend. Or sometimes, at least. Boz is a Finbled, like me. She lives in Tumbo. There's always something happening there. If you're ever bored, I'm sure she can find you something to do. Boz always has the best ideas for adventures. We're from the same litter in the Ulcerate. You could say we're sisters, in a way. Even though she hatched from a different egg. My true brothers and sisters were eaten by the scions of the depths. It happens sometimes.
Dude, this is like Finding Nemo. Except for it's Finding Mary.
Yes. A church of the Prophet, I think. I hope I haven't garbled it. I'm still so new to this. There weren't many useful instructions in that coffer. Only a strangely written handbook. The Bible of the Red Church, I think it was called. There was also some historical books and a few prayers. I'm glad the Prophet chose red. I like that color. The Red Church sounds really good, but I've decided I won't use the ready-made name that fell into my fins. You need to prove yourself in a church, right? Oh, the coffer was sent to me by the Prophet. Well, that's how churches work, don't they? You raise your hands upwards and And then you believe really, really hard. And there it is. One day we find the goodness sent to us by the Prophet. And that goodness, it gives our lives purpose. That's what happened to me, at least. The Ulcerate is not the nicest place to live, you know? I was always alone there. But I believed one day something good would happen. And it did. I was summoned by Lady Prophet Kai and became a... oh, what do you call it? A priest.
Wow.
Yes, yes. But that doesn't bother me. There is a right time for everything. Even for Boz to find a moment to spare for me. She's just very busy right now. She needs to gather knowledge, like everyone in Tumbo. Oh well, I don't think they really understand me, you know? They've decided I don't fit in. I don't have enough knowledge, and I doubt I ever will. And I understand them. You don't need to fit in everywhere, do you? Truth be told, I got used to not having my own place. But I'm here now, in my church, my very own place. And you are here too! It's really amazing. I'm not alone. Usually I read the Prophet's word and try to listen to what's inside me. That's what the handbooks tell me to do. It's very hard, listening to what's inside you. Sometimes, when I focus too much, I start hearing my heartbeat and get anxious that I'm going to die. It's the same when I breathe in too much bulb fume. If I ever heard voices speaking to me, I'd keel over for sure. Apart from that, I knit and sometimes make trinkets. Everything for the Prophet. Searching for salvation in the Word. Oh, I'd love that. That sounds like something you do in a church. I'd love to see what you have for exchange. It was cold and dark, dampness and slime everywhere. The ones who hatched close to Serras had it best. Boz and I hatched deep in the Ulcerate. Older finbleds and tadpoles often sneaked in there. They bullied the weak. The tadpoles, well, they were the worst. Sometimes they even ate some of us. Usually they grew into the scions of the depths. They're insatiable. Not when it comes to hunger, but entertainment. That's what the hunt is for them. Not at the beginning. When we're big enough, Serras and the carers decide who to let out into the world. But some of us choose to escape. The rest stay in the Ulcerate, waiting to be let out, or searching for a chance to run. Me? I escaped. Boz had been let out a moment earlier. We agreed she'd wait for me, and she did. Together, we wandered to Tumbo. It's easier for finbleds to live in groups. It's better together. We start a church, or we collect knowledge, like Boz. And sometimes we turn feral. Most of the finbleds end that way. They get hungry and it makes them stupid. But it's not their fault. It's just how it is. Oh yes, quite a lot actually. In the prayers and handbooks, there's a lot about a plague. That the plague will come and eat us all or something. But I don't know about any plague, and I don't see why it should come for me. What does it want from me? I don't have anything of value. It should mind its own gills, or nose, or whatever it has. Oh, I'm so sorry. Back in the Ulcerate, we'd get sick sometimes. Usually it was brought by tadpoles or young finbleds that escaped to Serras for a moment. Serras and his helpers always got really mad when that happened. Sometimes it was just stupid parasites, but other times, entire eggs would die. My Red Church will protect and cure those who come here in need. Thank you, faithful. Sometimes, even a shepherd can learn something from her flock. I know, but I thought about it for so long and I just couldn't decide. At first, I thought the First Church would be a good name, because we don't have anything like that here in Serras. And then I thought, no, it will be the Wonderful Congregation, because we don't have that in Serras either. But it felt silly not to mention what the church is about, so I added the saving word of the prophet above the roots. To be clear, in the end all three sounded fine, so I just combined them. But since you think it's too long and not very catchy, the First Church, saving, roots, you're right. It is a lot of words. And truth be told, I don't even understand some of them. Oh, yes! I didn't think of that. Neat. That's such a good term. The Wonderful Congregation seems to best reflect what this place is meant to be. Even though there are only two of us, so it's not much of a congregation, but we're both wonderful. Yes. Anyway, there you have it. The Wonderful Congregation. You know, I'm really excited. My first faithful. A new name. It's like a new beginning. May the Prophet watch over our exchange.
She's got potions. Sea creatures. Heart. Mind like water. +1 skill points permanently. Why, thank you. The Adventurer's Handbook, Part 6, Potions. Listen up. It's very simple. Either you brew yourself some potions to patch up your curious hide, or you die. Serras doesn't forgive those who naively think that just because we all hatch from the same ulcerate, everyone's going to be nice to us. Grab everything that falls under your fins. You never know what might come in handy. Experiment, mix things together. Worst case, nothing happens. At least our cauldrons don't blow up in your face like the Toplanders do. You might just scald yourself a little, and that's how you learn what not to toss in next time. And once you've mastered the recipes in this book, pass it on. Everyone deserves a fair chance to survive in our fickle little world. They're not much of a fan of thinkers, huh? I wonder if this will open later on. I like that fish. That's a nice fish. That's a sweet fish. Alright, shall we?
Toplander, you have seized the Guardian's power. My gate now stands open before you.
Alright. We turned into a fish. Island in between. Another one, dude. So we can go down that way. We're just gonna look around a little bit, I think.
It's as gloomy here as in the Lord of the Depths' own backside. Amuse me. Give me your best knock-knock joke. Who's there? Boo-hoo. Yeah, sorry, heard that one before. Have another go. A god who? Nice try. Spell who? A decent try, yet I find my Armageddon who? Not bad. Not amazing. This again. Yeah, I know. We call him the Lord of the Depths around here. So, what's the problem? Well, tough luck, buddy. A lot of us work dead-end jobs. I'm listening. Oh.
I think I'm just gonna annoy him to the point where he's like, just go.
La 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 la, I can't hear you. Good Lord, you maniac! What is your problem? I'm just a door, not a priest or whatever. Take that kind of thing elsewhere. What's your damn problem, God? What's there to say? Go. Just go.
Kind of how I expected that conversation to go.
You are a Toplander. My word, you must be quite a sensation in Tumbo. Be careful, they might not let you leave until they've sucked you dry of all your knowledge. Their thirst for anything from the surface is insatiable, trust me. Oh, my name's Vosk. Nice to meet you. Oh, it's a village that formed around the archive. Everyone there is very devoted to the pursuit of knowledge. I've always liked the idea of it. A community united around one goal, striving for something more than just survival. It sounds peaceful. Very different from what I've known so far. I'd really like to live there one day, except I don't quite fit in. But I'm working on that. Yes, ever since I was allowed to leave the ulcerate, which in my opinion should never have happened in the first place. I have no great purpose, no craving for knowledge, I just float around uselessly. I'm a complete disgrace of a reef-bound. There must have been something wrong with my egg, but no one noticed. Well, just please don't laugh at me. I'm looking for the red floatlings. I heard they hatch in the wild. They swim around freely, soaking up all the knowledge that still floats in the sea. I know it sounds a bit silly, but Josephus told me. Well, I suppose I have to eat them? I haven't thought that far, to be honest. The point is, if I absorb their knowledge, maybe it'll spark a thirst for more in me. Or awaken a purpose. Anything, really. It can be a bit chaotic, that's true, but he sailed with the first crew. He's very old. I trust he probably knows what he's talking about. Really? Oh, that'd be amazing, thank you. I'll stay here, then. You can search elsewhere, and I won't miss them if they come by here.
Alright, let's go explore some more.
Aha! A rival approaches. If you're here to save the princess, turn back. We saw her first.
But we haven't seen her yet, remember? Because we're too scared to go in.
Hush you, crustacean. I told you already. If you're scared, you can leave. I will stay and save the princess. And then I'll marry her.
But you haven't gone in either. And I want to marry the princess too.
You don't even know the meaning of the word. You're just a Finbled. And you, what are you still doing here? Well, of course I know. You wish to challenge my knowledge, Toplander? Very well. To marry someone is to give yourself into the eternal service of the one who rescued you. For the princess said to the knight, "You saved my life, therefore I shall marry you." So it means she incurred a life debt and must repay it with her existence.
Really? That's what it means? But what will I do with a princess? I don't even know what they eat.
See? I told you, my knowledge is unparalleled. Both of you should just give up and let me save the princess. A princess is the daughter of a king who rules a faraway land. And I am her knight in, well, not very shining armor.
Oi, I am a knight too. I have armor, and I brought a gift for her.
What? He swore he didn't tell anyone else about the gifts. That shellhead. Anyway, I'm Bruno the Wise, and the Finnblad insists on being called Bruno the Bold. Ugh. Damned Hiss! Yes, it turns out we both brought gifts. Hiss said it was customary, but I'm not saying anything else. Oh no, certainly not in front of the Finnblad. Children, I beg your pardon. This is knowledge of the highest order, bestowed upon us by Hiss. We paid a good price for it.
Well, an outrageous price, truth be told. But it's all true, hence why we are here.
What all princesses do, of course. She's being held captive in a cave.
A tower.
A tower that's in a cave, and she's waiting for a valiant knight to rescue her. If you go inside and listen, you can hear her calling for help.
And it's very, very creepy. I wouldn't say what she's doing is calling for help. More like wailing. She sounds terrified. In pain, like a shoal of floatlings torn apart by the scion of the depths.
Oh, really? Well, why not? You can forge a path for me. Weaken the enemies a bit. But I doubt the princess would want to be rescued by the likes of you. Or who knows, maybe I'll rescue her from you. We'll see how it goes.
I bet you've rescued someone before. You've got that look about you. I do. And to tell you the truth, Hiss didn't tell me anything about gifts. I just thought it would be a nice thing to do, you know? I want the princess to like me. And everyone likes gifts, don't they? Oh, it's nothing fancy. Just a conch I found. It whispers the secrets of the sea. It's really calming. And judging by the sounds coming from that cave, she'll need that. I even made it into a necklace. Princesses like jewelry, don't they? But I have armor and everything. What else does a knight need? A king? But we don't have any kings here in Serras. You're King Arthur? Really? I'd love to be one of your knights. I'm not very brave, but I try. I'm not very wise either. But I'm loyal, and I really want to rescue a princess. Will you knight me? But the most precious thing I have is the conch, and I was saving it for the princess. You're right. I can always find another one. So, can we do it now? I, Bruno the Bold, I already forgot the rest. But I swear to all of it. Whatever it was. Thank you, your majesticness. I swear I won't let you down. Oh, here, your conch. I hope it whispers nice things to you too.
Greetings, Trap. Yes, a courting gift, Hiss called it. I'm not entirely sure what it's for. Maybe to sway the princess if she doesn't want to be rescued. But, well, I have one. That's what counts. A wreath made of the sturdiest, most beautiful coral. A crown fit for a princess, bestowed upon her by her brave knight. Ha! What do you take me for? Some honorless squid who cares for nothing but riches? I am a knight, and you've insulted. You know what? For that, I challenge you to a duel! Good! Now you'll see what a... You beat me! It was a fair fight. If I couldn't even defeat you, how could I ever hope to rescue a princess? I've been foolish, unworthy of my title. Here, take the wreath, and take my place as her knight.
Gonna go save a princess. It doesn't sound like a princess. Oh wow. We jump? Woof! She's no longer glowy. Ugh. We got a portal. Waiting. Ah. Bug-shaped ring. So wait up. I can't tell if I found it or not, honestly.
It's gone quiet. So strange. I feel lighter somehow. But where's the princess?
Did you rescue her? Or is she dead?
Are you sure? Oh, and here I thought I discovered something special. Serves me right for believing Hiss's lies.
I don't mind. I wouldn't know what to do with the princess anyway. At least the cave stopped wailing.
That's good to know. At least this whole thing hasn't been a complete waste of time. If you say so, then perhaps I should keep being Bruno the Wise. Maybe I'll look for other ways to use my knighthood.
We could both become wandering knights. Perhaps we'll even find a princess one day, as long as we know it's not the most important thing.
Thank you, Toplander, for taking up this mission. It's been an honor to meet you.
You know what's the worst thing about being a giant mouth everyone wants to walk through? Everyone's so damn servile and polite. Insult me for a change. Good one! Good one! Granted, our Lord lays eggs since under the surface, breeding works differently. But hey, you tried. And that was still more interesting than anything else I've heard so far. Step right in.
Wow! Is it gonna continue to drop enemies on me? I think so. Let's boogie. What's this? Ah! A portal! Another one. Man, these are very, tanky. Kraken Ball. Attacks heavily wet enemies. Increases max health by 1 per level. What was that? Wow. Good job, brother. A float lane. Holy. There's a wee bit too many spawns here, dude. Let's take a run for it. Bro's just out there doing work. Ugh. We made it in. Wow. Ouch. It makes funny noises.
Blasted things thought they could feed on me. Control me. Me! Though, not gonna lie, it's a good thing you showed up when you did, stranger. You're a curious piece of meat, aren't you? Guess I owe you one now. Am I now? I'll need to have a word with Josephus then. Find out where he got the idea that he can order me around. Though, I suppose it must be the same place he got the idea to wake up Leah. The endless pit of stupidity and self-importance where his brain should be. And you think my one measly life is worth more than those of the Lord's children? That's flattering, but untrue. I don't know what Leah will do when he wakes up. No one does. Least of all him. I'll need all my focus to keep the ulcerate safe, and I cannot do that if enemies threaten us both from within and without. So, here's my deal. You find out what's happening here, help me fix it, and I'll play your song. Start with the dormitory and the refectory, then go as deep as you need to until this blight is eradicated. Good. You do that. and then may the Lord have mercy on all of us.
Alright. We'll give it a shot. We'll take a look. Find out what's going on here. Is this how I came in? Whole set of armor now. Okay. Surge stopper. Maxed out our armors. Who are you? Branth? Abyssal air cloak.
Toplander, Abyssodontist himself must have sent you to me. We need to talk. Privately, and right away if possible. Yes, I'm so terrified, I feel like I'm about to die. Thank you for giving me a moment of your time. Trust me, I bow down to you and invite you over for a round of faceted shells. But I'm out of time, and my head is on the line. Like it or not, you're the only one I can turn to. If anyone else learns what happened, I'll end up in a geyser, doomed to boil forever. It's about an egg. A priceless egg from our collection. One of them has disappeared. I have no idea who'd be so bold to commit such a theft. but it's true. The egg is gone. The slime of the Scourge of the Seas. It was definitely the slime of the Scourge of the Seas. It can't be mistaken for any other substance. They tend to grow lesser organisms on their bodies. I spent half a day cleaning that disgusting residue off my bedding, and wouldn't you know it, Depthgore's gang are all scourges, and we've long suspected them of thieving and smuggling. It's obvious they're responsible for stealing the egg. Thankfully, it wasn't one of the creator's eggs. Abyssodontist must have been watching over those. But it's still a priceless egg from the collection of reef-bound scientists, raised to help Serras grow and gather knowledge in the future. This kind of reef-bound is the future of our community. The first of us who may one day have intellect equal to that of the ancient crewmen. Oh, I do. Their disgusting bodies are already boiling in the geyser, watched by the ever-vigilant Thalrin. The problem is, they insist they're innocent, despite the overwhelming evidence against them. I still don't know where the egg is. I'm already getting odd looks for leaving this place so often. Thalrin can be very principled. If you don't give him a good reason for speaking with the prisoners, he might not let you near them. And since this whole business with the missing eggs needs to stay between us, telling him the truth is out of the question. I did hear, however, that he has a weakness for rum from the surface. If you don't have any on you, check the chests on the sunken ships. We've got a lot of those down here. On the oozing fields, of course. The closest thing we have to a prison. Thankfully, we don't get many wrongdoers here in the Sanctuary. But when we do, we have Thalrin and his geysers. They're enough to scare anyone out of ever breaking the rules of our community. Come back with the egg, my dear. And don't forget, hurry please, take this key. It's